Welcome to
the JSA America podcast. Roll the intro.
I'm co-host and often guest, too.
And I'm co-host Bobby, the Great. I'm Andy, who surprisingly is still a host and has not been fired yet. Let's hear from our first sponsor. This episode of Jeff Save America is sponsored by Apple Arcade. Apple Arcade is a host of many great games like Sneaky Sasquatch and Cricket Through the Ages. Sneaky Sasquatch is a game where you're a Sasquatch and you can make your way up through the economical rank and become the mayor and stuff. Cricket Through the Ages is a very unrealistic representation of the game cricket, which has death and being hit in the head with balls. If you use the promo code JeffSaveAmerica, all caps, no spaces, that's JeffSaveAmerica, all caps, no spaces, you can get 40% off your first month. That's JeffSaveAmerica, all caps, no spaces, for 40% off your first month on Apple Arcade. Back to the podcast.
Welcome back.
This segment is about AI, artificial intelligence.
But to make it more fun, we had AI write this segment.
We changed it up a bit, so let's get started now. I'm hungry. Welcome to Future Talk, where we dive into the latest in artificial intelligence. Let's ask our first question. 2. What's the most exciting development in AI recently?
Thank you, Bobby. One fascinating area is the advancement in natural language processing, enabling AI models to understand and generate human-like text more effectively. Bobby, you are a technological enthusiast. How do you think AI is impacting our daily lives?
AI is everywhere. From voice assistants to personalized recommendations, it's making things more convenient. I love how it adopts our preferences.
Great insights, Bob. Finally, we have Andy, who's less familiar with AI. Andy, any thoughts on how AI affects you personally?
AI? What that? I guess it's like when my phone predicts what I'm gonna say, but I don't really get all this fancy tech stuff.
Fair enough, Andy. AI does indeed impact us in subtle ways. It's clear that opinions on AI vary, showcasing the diverse perspectives on this transformative technology.
L2, I think that went pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. AI sure wrote a great script that we followed along pretty well, but it was a little short,
Yeah, I feel like he did a really good job representing me. And the way I speak.
Yeah.
Yes, Andy. Yes, he did.
And the only descriptors we put in were just who you were,
Yeah. I like the part where he talked about the phone voice. 'Cause I like doing that, like with Siri. Oh, yeah, sometimes Andy asks Siri weird questions, and Siri gives weird responses.
Yeah, I've asked Siri my fair share of weird questions.
Like what?
When am I gonna die, mostly? She gives very specific answers.
One time I watched a YouTube short about things to never ask Siri, and then I asked Siri them, and it did not do what they said it would.
Yep, the one with the Russian spy even makes the most fearless Russian spies
No,
scared.
the one where you say like a number and it calls 911.
Oh.
It was
cool.
very untrue.
We could try it after this.
Yeah. Well, if you never hear from us again,
that's
goodbye.
Why. Welcome back. Bobby and Andy are here to talk about baseball with their coach, Bella. They are great pandas, and of course, you all know Bobby and Andy. But Bella, you should introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Bella. I am the best. I am also a baseball coach, formerly baseball player, but I was not good at being a baseball player. I am the baseball coach of the team, the Los Angeles Stuffies. We are great, and we have a really good pitcher and really good players, including Andy and Bobby. And anyways, back to me. I am really great and awesome, and I am the best, and yes.
Oh, yeah, that's the same team that my ex-wife Claire used to play on, or still plays on, I think.
Yes.
Now, how did you do last season?
Well, last season, we did really good in, the whole season. We made a really good playoff run. But unfortunately, in our last game, which was, the semifinals, we had some losses of players because Bobby got ejected from the game after having a tantrum.
Oh, yeah, Bobby does ejaculate a lot.
No, I was ejected because I had a tantrum. Big difference. And the tantrum was deserved.
He says that it was not deserved. It was a bad call, but it was a really good call. Anyways, we did really good last season, but then we lost that semifinals game, and I blame it on Bobby. But don't tell him that, because we'll start punching again.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. I don't want Bobby to punch anyone. And, what's your position or role? Well, obviously you're you're the coach.
I am the coach / manager / PR dude. I'm pretty much every management role.
Yeah, so Bobby, Andy, what do you do on the team?
Okay, I am the catcher. The catcher is the guy behind home plate who catches the balls, and you get to tag people. And whenever I see someone trying to slide into home plate, I say, no thank you, because I am polite, and then I get them out, and then I be like, you did a good job, even though you failed, to try to make them feel better, although a lot of times that doesn't make them feel better, and then they don't like me. I am the shortstop. I am also the best hitter on the team, and I would say my batting average was probably 900 million last year, which is not a real batting average, but just pretend it is. I am a really good defensive player and offensive player. I'm also very offensive, and
we can all agree on that.
I also get ejected a lot for reasons that are not my fault.
Yeah.
They're definitely his fault.
How do you expect to do this season, Bella?
Well, considering how we did last season, we have no new players. I feel like we're probably going to do the same, except maybe a little bit worse because they know our stuff better. But Claire is doing really good this season. She's been learning some new pitches, and I think that that's going to really fool them. And I think that we're going to have a really good playoff run this year. And I've been taking Bobby to therapy, so maybe that'll fix his tantrum problem.
I hear Bobby's not big on therapy, you know.
No,
he is
thinks not.
He's too Sigma for it, but
yeah, he keeps on telling the therapist that, and I think the therapist wants me to pay her more money. But I haven't been paying her at all. I just stole someone's credit card.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd also just like to clear something up. I have nothing against Claire. She's a great person. I have no romantic interest whatsoever. And I don't think she does either. Also, we created Jeff. How bad could we be? Anyway, next question. Have you ever played the sacred game of cricket? Sacred to Jeff, of course.
Well, I have, but I have mixed feelings on it because cricket's kind of like knockoff baseball. but it's a fun game, and it's kind of like British, I think.
Yes, it's British.
Yes, and they call it croquet, or maybe that's a different thing. I don't know. I get those confused a lot.
Yeah, they're different things, but generally I hate everything British, and I do like to stand by that as a moral philosophy, but cricket's pretty great. Yeah. Anyway, my final question. What exactly is baseball? And how do you play, and please explain it all to me.
I am hyperventilating right now. Baseball is a really great sport with 9 players on each team and a lot of more rules that I can't really explain right now, or else it'll be a 35-minute segment. Basically, just Google it.
Oh, so it's kind of like basketball, right?
No, not one single
like
bit.
Boxing?
No.
Oh, I get it. So it's like softball.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. All right, on to our next sponsor. Bobby, would you like to say anything, Bobby, Andy?
Yes, I would like to say something. Everything that was said about me having tantrums is most likely not true. And once again, I don't do therapy. I'm too Sigma for it.
Yeah, okay.
I would like to say that I think baseball is a great sport, and while it may not be as sacred as cricket, I still feel like it is pretty sacred. Also, I like pickleball.
Pickleball's great. I'm really into pickleball. All right, on to our sponsor. Join the Church of Jeff today for a better life and immortality. And also, you want to be a dinosaur? Join. Want to be a part of a cool Minecraft server? Maybe join. I don't know if that's included, really. Want to join the Google Classroom? Want to watch cool videos? Join the Church of Jeff today.
We are back. This final segment is the burrito segment, formerly known as the food segment. Let's get started. 2, tell me about the burritos.
They were fantastic. They did taste like cheese. Well, I don't know if they taste like cheese, but they tasted good. They tasted flavorful. Mm-hmm. And they also were decently warm.
Yes. I would agree with that. Andy, do you agree with that? Yeah, I agree with that. One thing I noticed is that they were not cut in half. But
good point.
I feel like it still tasted good.
They were good.
And I feel like also when they get cut in half, they also spill out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Harder to eat.
Yes. Speaking of you, Andy, how about you talk about the sides? Well, we had many sides, including string cheese, crackers, strawberries, and then for 2, they had blueberries because they're allergic. I'd say the sides were pretty good.
Besides, I'm blue, so I should get blueberries.
The sides were pretty
I'm entitled
good.
like that.
Shut up. The sides were pretty good, and I'd say my favorite side was the crackers because we kind of ate the string cheese weird, where we didn't make it strings, like in 2 bites, which was kind of disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I ate it in 2. I just ate it in a couple bites.
you guys are gross. For our final thing, I will be talking about the Yogurtland. We walked to Yogurtland. We stepped over many homeless people, and then we went to Yogurtland and we got a bunch of different stuff. Mine was very good. I had some hazelnut, I had some vanilla, I had some chocolate, I had some cookies and cream, I had some pistachio, many toppings. There was some anxiety about whether or not we would have enough money, but we did have about $4 to spare. I'd say the Yogurtland was pretty good. We got a lot for a good price. Okay, let's do our overall ratings. I'd say this meal was a 9 out of 10.
I would say an 8.6. Pretty good.
I would say it's like a 9.23.
Nice.
Well, there you have it. A 9.23, a 9, and an 8.6.
Yeah, I mean,
you can do the average on your own.
8.6 might sound low, but for me that's pretty high. I'm very critical.
And don't expect us to do the averages on our own.
No, of course
Goodbye.
not. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Jeff Save America.
Come back next time.
Yes.